Hello everyone, in today's episode we are going to be building a rural England town or village packed with some insane detailing and realistic look. Let's see how easy it is to make it. Let's start with making this area a bit more accessible for the build and yet have some height variations. Before we jump in, I will just do a small magic trick. There we go. So what I'm planning here is to break out the rail line from the left and pass it in between the village or town and connect it back on the top right. This rail line will not only represent a very old rail line which was built with the town, but also divides the town with separate height. So I'll grab the bottom height of 515 meters and flatten the area out, dividing it in almost half. And till I do this, I just want to let you know that I stream 3 days a week on Twitch. We will mostly be playing City Skylines 2 and detailing here and there, but sometimes I am planning to play some new and trending games there as well. There is a link down in the description. Give a follow and keep an eye out on Discord and Twitter for when I stream. Now let's extend this rail line out to the end and fix some of the connections and flatten the top part of the area at around 525 meters of height. Now we move on to planning the layout. So at first I will take out a connection from here and keep extending it on top half and then make it across the rail line nicely and extend that further. Now we break off a connection from here and bring this down to lower half and extend that further. So most of the top part and bottom left part of this layout will be farming, and then we will have the main town population on the bottom right side. So let's make some frames starting with some farms. Then move to the main town. And here's how our final layout is looking. So we can't place our normal fertile industries here as the main buildings takes up so much space and we have very little of it. So instead we'll use Heristes custom farm surfaces. They are uploaded by the Broman10, links down in description, and I think you will love them. So for our main building we will be using some houses from the UK pack. So I'll grab and place this one over here and then start placing the straw floor surface in this manner, having some bevel feel on the edges of the farm. This leaves some space for bigger trees that can be placed in the corners. And here you can see how detailed this surface looks, and similarly you will not realize, but soon and for sure your rural farm will be complete. Sort of, but you can see that already how good this looks. Before we jump to building the town, let me go ahead and place our railway station, and well, for it we will have to set up our rail yard, which I will be placing far away, maybe here. Terraform the land a bit and set everything up nicely. Then I will come back to our town and place the medium railway station over here. Before we start plopping for our town, I will quickly go ahead and place some services over here, because after all, despite it being a small town, it will need services. So starting with the medical care, I will grab UK Medical Clinic and place it here. Then I will grab the UK Suburban Primary School and place it on the bottom entrance. And then for high school being so big, it makes sense if we place it over here. And similarly, I will place the rest two of the services. Now we will start with a mix or combination of housing, mainly being small, medium and large detached housing. We will make sure we fill as much gap as we can. I will also make sure we place some of the commercial buildings that we have got, as this is our main town, so it makes sense if we have some bars, pubs or hotels. The main inspiration for this build has been taken from the town named BurntHouse. It has nice sprawling farms, and then you have a few pockets where we have some housing and a rail line crossing right in between the whole town. I hope you are enjoying this build, and if you do, then please like the video. It helps push the algorithm, and do subscribe if you want to see more of what you are watching. Now I will leave you with a tiny time lapse of whatever is remaining. And you can see how our town is turning out. Farms on the top half with a small density near railway station, and below we have the main town. So you will be wondering why we have left this space in between. Well, main thing about towns or cities in the UK or Germany is that you get these allotments. Allotments are areas that are assigned for families who don't have enough space in their backyard to grow fresh crops. So you can come to this place and grow all your crops, and we are going to attempt to make just that over here. At first, I will proceed to divide this area into two halves with pedestrian path, and then I will grab the new hedges that we have got with the UK pack and align it in this pattern. Similarly, we will do the same on the other half, but this time have some wider allotments. Now we can start decorating them. So I will grab the garden beds and start placing them. So basically we will use the garden beds and flower pots and flower beds as your crops. And in some, if not most, of garden beds, we can have some bushes peeking out of them to give them a 3D look. Then we can add the new UK tool sheds as our tool sheds, and because we have so many options, including our previous ones, we can have some variations without having any repetition. And for our dirt effect for ground, we can use the Bromantense stain surfaces. This adds a nice brownish effect on the grass that can act as dirt. And then for some pathing, we can use forestry surface and make it look like these paths. And then we proceeded to spend 2+ hours on Twitch on Thursday night dealing this together. Follow me there, I stream every alternate day. So we did all the allotments and made some stories about almost all the allotments, and then we did the farm boundaries. And as you can see, we have finished everything. So this is how our town, rural town, is looking, and we have some major farms over here and some farms on the right, and then the main city is on the bottom, and then we have some of the houses over here right beside our railway station. And I think this is looking really good. So let's start, I guess, from the farms. So a few of them, as I said, were the your proper farms that actually work, And then over here we have got some of the custom ones, which are basically your normal houses, and then you have the heritage surfaces over here, and then we have placed these trees or tree bush lining over here. Tried to make as realistic as we can, with some smaller patches, some big, and some like divided into two, or so I think I'm pretty happy with it. And in some areas we have tried to squeeze in some important stuff basically. So over here we have the petrol station, and then over here we have got the commercial market, and then a few places have some residential. So I'm not sure about the houses over here, so we can end up removing all of them except this guy, but I think I will keep it right now. Then we come to our main town, so you can see how it is looking, and I really like how this has turned out. Then as we move towards the town inside, and you can see the allotments, I think they have turned out pretty well. And we have got some bigger greenhouses, and then we got the sheds and everything, and we tried to make it look like it's a part of the allotments. And then we have got a small parking over here, and some of the the commercial assets. So this is the pub with the lounge, and I think in the middle we have got a couple as well. And then as we move towards the high school, you can see how it looks. So everything is surrounded by the farms, but also we have tried not to overdo it and tried to enclose it as much as possible, because the main thing is these sprawling farms, they can basically go forever. You will not notice, and they will look really good, and they can basically go forever. So it's a real challenge to condense them and have a hard stop by some things. So for example, over here we had this highway, so there is a stop over here, and then on the bottom we have the river, so we can't continue there. And then on the top we have the rail lines, and similarly I think we'll do something over here that basically breaks the cycle, and we don't have to continue this forever. And I think for a rural town, this is looking really good. And this is basically our rural England town inspired by BurntHouse, and I'm really happy how far we were able to push it. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please like the video. It helps push the algorithm, and if you want to see more of what you're watching, then please hit subscribe and turn on notification so you guys know when the new video drops. Don't forget to hit follow on Twitch. I will be streaming on alternate days, and sometimes we'll be streaming like these builds. So like last time we did detailing for the allotments, so maybe in future we can do something else. So hit a follow and keep an eye out on Discord and Twitter for stream updates. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, enjoy the cinematics and peace.